What's up, guys? My name's KhaoticK, back at you guys with another one today. We're coming at you with a new review. And in this one, we're going to be reviewing Tiletamine. Now, this one is very interesting in that it is primarily used in veterinary care in conjunction with a diazepam of some sort or an azepam. But it is very interesting in that it is a ketamine analog, very strong, by the way. However, it doesn't really have any magic. It definitely has whole potential, though. There's probably magic in the whole, but I didn't want to get to that point. With the Tiletamine, I just tried it. And I would say it was harsh on the nose. So I did, snort it. And we're going to get right into the video here. So I hope you guys enjoying this video and are staying high, stay lifted. So let's get right into Tiletamine. Now, the dosage for this one is a lot lower than ketamine. You don't need as much. I would say maybe 5 to 10 milligrams is a good starting dose. Don't do any more than that. Wait for that to kick in, because this one, it feels very kind of cold. It also has a lot more side effects, okay, than most dissociatives. And apparently it can cause, high doses seizures. So you really want to be watching it for this one. I would say for harm reduction purposes, this is not the dissociative you'd really want to do, in my opinion, but it's going to feel a lot more like ketamine than any other dissociative. So we're going to get into the main effects. With this one, there is a lot more anesthesia. However, it's a little more manic. It's energizing. It's not as sedating as ketamine, and it lasts longer. So primarily they use this for cats and dogs. Seriously, it's like basically ketamine on steroids. Yeah, basically ketamine on steroids. This one, oh man, it's not approved for human use at all, by the way. And apparently it can leave you with some weird side effects. Like I remember when I was, on that stuff, Tiletamine, it felt kind of weird. It felt kind of clammy. I don't know, it's really hard to describe, but yeah, it was just a little too stimulating for my likes. I like my dissociatives to be a little more sedating, mainly because, it just, I don't know. This one was a weird one, okay? You could tell it wasn't really used, to be therapeutic or anything. It's just primarily fucking made for, massive anesthesia. And the benzo combination with this, forget what it's called exactly, but they do combine it with this. And I seem to know why. And it's because without that benzo, the manic qualities hella come out. You're gonna be feeling pretty fucking energized off a low dose on this stuff. And I believe it is orally active as well, not so, nasal, but very interesting in that regard. And yeah, it was just really kind of weird. It felt really weird. There's really no headspace to it. I would say it's a little dysphoric, actually. It's not euphoric at all. Yeah, I don't know. You can definitely tell there's more side effects, for sure, than ketamine. Like, honestly, it's not going to replace ketamine in any way. It might replace ketamine in a pinch when you're low or out of ketamine. But by the way, when you snort this shit, it's really harsh on the nose. It left my nose a little, bloody, just a tiny bit, not like it bled or something, but like in the morning, like when I was like blowing out my nose, right? Yeah, there's a little bit of blood right there. And I'm like, oh shit. So be advised, it must be very caustic to your nose. I would not recommend snorting this shit, which is probably what you're gonna do. But in my opinion, yeah, I don't know. In my example, that shit did not go well in my nose. So watch out for snorting it. I would probably stick with oral doses. But yeah, be careful, because this one is incredibly potent. And I wouldn't think the whole would be that euphoric either. Probably would be really disorienting because there's not really any headspace. The headspace is just kind of dysphoria, seriously. And I was kind of disappointed in that, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. It's a veterinary anesthetic. Ketamine is too, but this one is a lot more used, I believe, for, longer procedures and shit. I don't know, man. I really had hopes of this one, but yeah. It's a very, very, very novel and weird dissociative, man. It's fucking weird. Goddamn, you're getting high off of veterinary care and shit. But honestly, the only thing I could really compare it to is like DCK as well. Ketamine, dichloroketamine, yeah, like I said. And that's about it, really. Trying to compare it to anything else, nah, man. It draws comparisons only with ketamine, like dichloroketamine, DCK. Oh, and 2FDCK. However, 2FDCK would be a lot better of a high. It'd be a lot more manic. Euphoric. 2FDCK isn't so manic. It's a little more sedating. Ketamine would actually be more manic than 2FDCK in my opinion, but Anyways, yeah, Tiletamine, kind of a letdown, but I mean, it's really nice. Definitely give it a try. It's really nice, as in, like, you know, if you're like my level of disos, I've almost tried 20 dissociatives by now. Yeah, definitely doesn't really hit the spot, in my opinion, although it could be good in some instances. Like I said, probably combined with psychedelics would be probably the best thing to have this shine. By itself, it's fucking boring, bro. And also with psychedelics, I'd be advised, because it does have side effects, like I said. It just makes you kind of feel a little weird. I don't know, it makes you feel less comfortable, which is why I think it, you know, they did combine it with benzos. I think they knew in animal studies or whatever that it shows signs of being a little disorienting and manic and too stimulating. Yeah, like I really did not like how stimulating it was. Like I didn't even want to redose because I didn't know how far that would go. And it does last pretty long, like 10 hours and shit. Up to 10 hours. Well, maybe up to maybe 4 to 6 hours, but it's gonna have after effects. In my opinion, it was just a weird high. Not very good. Not very fun. Which is where, you know, I'm trying to get most of the fun from. I'm trying to have fun. So, not a drug to, you know, use for a club. Not a drug to use really for a lot of things. This is kind of just one of those hit or miss ones, and this is more of a miss, in my opinion. Although, you know, it could shine in different lights. You know, let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this. Probably not, because this stuff is so fucking rare. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to know where to get it. That's if you know kind of thing. So, but it's all right. It shines in some ways. Like I said, there's really no magic at all. It's almost like it was formulated just for pure anesthesia purposes. And yeah, there is no established dosage, by the way, so be very careful with this. Like I said, you're gonna have to really watch this one because it's not approved for humans. It can have various side effects. This is more of a research chemical. So actually, it is a bit more research. Never mind. No, because there would be more research for animals. Technically, it might be a little more research than other research chemicals. Yeah, but not for humans. Not approved for humans. Not approved for human consumption. So you're gonna have to watch out. Don't be abusing it. Don't use it too much. Also, if you do abuse it, watch out. It apparently has tremors when you are abusing it or you're going on binges. So don't go on binges with this stuff. Do not treat it like ketamine. I'm telling you right now, please just buy some fucking ketamine, bro. Do not even fucking so much as abuse this like ketamine. It's just not worth it, bro. It's not gonna do shit. All right, yeah, like it's not gonna do anything like ketamine can do for you. So I would seriously watch out, watch what you're doing there, and yeah, just be careful because since it is dysphoric, it's not gonna be euphoric. You're gonna want to watch what you're doing when using this stuff because if it's not euphoric, you may or may not have a worse time, and you really want to watch out for that. Because let's be honest, yeah, you do not want to have a bad experience. Don't want to feel weird. And I would say this kind of makes your body feel a little more constricted. Not like a vasoconstriction. It's kind of more like a tenseness. It has more tension involved. So I wouldn't doubt that it could cause tremors as well as tension in the body. Definitely do not be using this for a pain med. But, you know, it can still relieve some pain. You know, it is an anesthesia. But there's better alternatives is what I mean for dissociatives. So anyways, Tiletamine, very interesting. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have tried Tiletamine. I'd like to know. And yeah, but for the next dissociative, I am going to get MXPCB, which has been making the rounds in the chemical scene. We are going to be reviewing that soon as it arrives. And I will update you guys on how that is. And we will make a review on MXPCB because, hey, I've been trying to try something that's very akin to MXE. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are staying high, stay lifted. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.